This is 5 on your side at 4. Focused on you.
And we begin at 4 with the weather. More storms are on the way after heavy rain yesterday. Good afternoon. Thanks for being here. I'm Kay Quinn. Let's get right to Chief Meteorologist Scott Connell. He's watching the radar and the chance for more flash flooding. Scott?
Yeah, you know, that possibility definitely exists, especially this evening south of St. Louis and then spreading towards the metro area as we work into early tomorrow. Now, at the moment around St. Louis, it's pretty quiet, but as we're looking down towards Arnold right now, you can see those clouds continue to thicken and build south of St. Louis. That's where the focus is at this point. As you look at those clouds continuing to build down to the south of us now, all of the rain is farther south of St. Louis at this point. And you can see we had one severe thunderstorm warning down in parts of Reynolds and Iron County. We added the lightning down there. That's where the biggest action has been. Also some heavier rainfall in here. Right now, there is a flood advisory in effect for central portions of Reynolds County with all that rainfall that's sliding in addition to what you just saw with the potential of hail. Now, as we get closer to St. Louis, there are a few showers back to the west. Nothing, though, immediately threatening the metro area. Flood watch in effect for later tonight in St. Louis for areas to the south of us as we head through this evening. And here's why. Over the next 12 hours, our showers and thunderstorms becoming more numerous, kind of coming in waves. We think the larger wave will really be developing as we head towards the overnight hours and into early tomorrow morning. And that's going to flirt with areas that have already seen some heavy rainfall and saw flash flooding yesterday, especially from the south side of the metro area and then going farther to the south and southeast. We'll see in a few minutes, Kay, with more.
All right, thank you, Scott. More heavy rain is something neighborhoods just don't need. Yesterday, parts of our region saw inches of rain fall in just a short time. Today, neighborhoods that spent part of Sunday underwater are trying to dry out. From highways to neighborhood streets, flash flooding disrupted Mother's Day plans. Let's go to South St. Louis, where they saw a good chunk of that rain. That's where our Justina Coronel is live. She's in the Princeton Heights neighborhood. And Justina, what can you tell us there?
Yeah, Kay, so we're on Nagel Avenue in South St. Louis. Now, this street may be dry, but it was a very different situation just 24 hours ago. And it was actually a viewer that sent us video of what those conditions look like on this street. Now, Mark Miller lives on this street. He whipped out his phone and started recording. In the video, you could see the rising waters reach the halfway mark on several tires of parked cars. Miller was inside his home when his son called him about the flooding conditions in Afton, which is about 7 minutes away from here. That's when he looked outside and realized, well, they were seeing the exact same thing. Miller said it came down quickly in a short time frame. He said he's been living in this home for 37 years and said he's never seen it like this before.
I was worried once when a larger truck came down the street and tried to drive through it and hit it pretty hard and threw a lot of water everywhere. I thought, boy, I got to show this to somebody. And then I thought, what the heck, I'll let Channel 5 know.
Now, I also spoke to the city's emergency management, and they just really want you to be weather aware. If you know the conditions will be like this, they said, and they recommend you to stay home. And if you happen to be out and if you see those high waters, they say, do not drive, turn around, don't drown. Reporting live, Justina Coronel, 5 on your side.
All right, thank you, Justina. More from Scott in just a moment. Right now, St. Louis Circuit Attorney Kim Gardner is asking the court to set aside the conviction of a man who has spent over 3 decades in prison for murder. Gardner filed the motion to overturn the conviction of Christopher Dunn. He was convicted of shooting and killing Rico Rogers in 1990. Gardner's office says there is clear and convincing evidence he did not commit the crime. Right now, Missouri Governor Mike Parson is considering who will replace St. Louis Circuit Attorney Kim Gardner. The deadline to apply for the post has now passed. The job was listed last week, but with Gardner leaving office June 1st, the governor wants the position filled quickly. 18 people applied. The 2024 presidential race continues to heat up. NBC News is reporting that Florida Governor Ron DeSantis could officially enter the race in the coming weeks after he spent the weekend campaigning. NBC's Garrett Hake has the latest.
So great to be in Cedar Rapids.
Florida Governor Ron DeSantis making his 2024 sales pitch to Iowa Republicans, touting his conservative record as the clock ticks towards his official announcement.
We're going to have a chance pretty soon to make sure that's done in every state in this country.
DeSantis likely to make his intentions official by the end of this month, NBC News has learned. Today, his political staff is set to move into a new base of operations in Tallahassee, according to two sources, a move that will trigger disclosure requirements and the need to file his candidacy paperwork within 2 weeks. While DeSantis trails former President Donald Trump in most polls, many Republicans see him as Mr. Trump's most formidable rival, as the governor tries to recast the one-term president, without naming him, as a political loser.
We must reject the culture of losing that has infected our party in recent years. The time for excuses is over.
Mr. Trump on Saturday postponing a planned rally in Des Moines due to a tornado threat, stepping up his attacks against DeSantis.
The problem with Ron DeSanctimonious is that he needs a personality transplant, and those are not yet available.
And on CNN, insisting the Florida governor is no political threat.
I'm leading DeSanctimonious by a lot, by 40 points or 45 points.
With recent polls showing a tight race in a potential Biden-Trump rematch, President Biden is aiming to shore up support among his Democratic base, evoking the former president in an address to graduates of the historically black Howard University.
For those who do anything and everything, no matter how desperate or immoral, to hold on to power.